Hi, I'm Paul Ballou, and I'm delighted that you've chosen to spend a few minutes with us as we talk about our latest update on the U.S. economy and where we see things heading. As we mentioned in the first quarter, it's been a pretty interesting period of time for us. In fact, the word we've been using with regards to the U.S. has been conflicted. As we look at our three proprietary measures at D&B, we've been getting these cross signals. The Small Business Health Index has been deteriorating. We've seen some improvement in payroll jobs. And then our broadest measure regarding the economic health of the U.S. economy has been very positive. Our economic health tracker, which looks at the financial health of businesses across the U.S. So what did we see in April? Well, a little bit of improvement and a little bit less conflicted. However, having said that, we didn't get as much clarity as we would have hoped for. The Small Business Health Index improved by stabilizing. That's not what we were anticipating. We thought we'd get a stronger bounce back now that the sunshine is out and that the spring has kicked in. We don't want to overreact to that yet. We're still peeling it back, and we're still seeing the geographies that got hit by the weather and the verticals being hit by the weather as being those that are lagging the most. Having said that, we don't want to ignore what's going on in the Small Business Health Index because it is our leading index in the U.S. economy, and it generally leads economic activity by 3 to 4 quarters. What we're going to do is spend even more time in May and June peeling it back. And we're hopeful that what we see is a bounce back in that index as we move into the deeper part of the spring, the sun's out more persistently, and activity we hope bounces back. On our other two measures, we saw pretty good results in April once again. As we look at payroll employment growth, we're anticipating we will have our best month of the year, above 200,000 jobs for the month. That's a good sign for us that what we're seeing is U.S. economic activity close to 3%, generating payroll employment growth above 200,000. In fact, as we look at May and June in the back end of the year, we're anticipating we see payroll employment growth above 220,000 jobs a month, and that would provide some additional support for higher income growth and ultimately higher consumer spending. And then our last measure, our most comprehensive measure on the U.S. economy, our economic health tracker, had another very, very good month in April. We saw this particular measure hit an all-time high once again. We're seeing it now persistently month over month over month, improving. In fact, we've had 10 consecutive months of improvement in this index. This measure looks at the financial health across the U.S. economy, and what we're now seeing is a broad-based recovery spread into other verticals and geographies once again. In fact, on this most comprehensive measure, no matter how you cut it, small, large, different verticals, different geographies, we are above that critical point where growth and financial improvement is occurring. So for us, as we look at the capacity of U.S. businesses, we continue to assess the capacity from a financial health standpoint as being very positive. So you put it all together, what does it tell us? Well, we still think we'll get close to 3% growth this year for the U.S. economy. We are paying some attention to Main Street because of what we've seen in the first 4 months. We're going to continue to track that in the rest of the second quarter and heading into the summer. If we don't see a bounce back in that index, we'll probably take our forecast down just a little bit. We don't think it'll be a dramatic improvement, but it's something we want to pay heed to. So keep your fingers crossed that the sunshine remains, that we get a great spring and a great summer, and along with that, economic activity picks up in the U.S. Thank you for joining me this month. Please join us every month as we give you D&B's unique perspective on the U.S. economy. We always appreciate your time, and we look forward to talking to you in the months ahead.